If you think all grains are bad for blood sugar, think again. Some grains don't just avoid spikes. They actively help lower A1C, improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and protect your heart, kidneys, and nerves. But only if you choose the right ones. In this video, we'll uncover the top 10 grains that work with your body, not against it, to support long-term diabetes control. You'll also get simple diabetic-friendly recipes for each grain, plus a smart grain buying guide to help you avoid the hidden traps in today's grocery aisles. One of these grains even mimics the effect of insulin inside your cells. Ready to upgrade your plate and take back control? Watch closely. The best grain for your blood sugar might already be in your pantry. First on list, quinoa. Quinoa may look like a seed, but in the diabetic world, it behaves like a grain with medicinal benefits. With a glycemic index of just 53, quinoa digests slowly and causes a much smaller blood sugar rise than white rice or pasta. This makes it ideal for type 2 diabetics and pre-diabetics who struggle with insulin resistance or post-meal glucose spikes. 1 cup of cooked quinoa, about 6.2 ounces, 185 grams, contains 8 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, and 39 grams of total carbs, but only around 2 grams are sugar. What makes quinoa even more powerful is its unique amino acid profile. Unlike most plant foods, quinoa is a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids your body needs for muscle repair, insulin function, and immune balance. It also delivers 30% of your daily value for magnesium, 20% daily value of folate, and around 15% daily value for iron, all of which are essential for nerve health, blood flow, and red blood cell support, areas diabetics often struggle with. Magnesium in quinoa plays a key role in improving insulin sensitivity by helping your cells respond more effectively to insulin. Its fiber not only slows glucose absorption, but also protects your gut lining, which is closely tied to inflammation and metabolic health. Quinoa also contains antioxidants like saponins, which have been shown to protect the kidneys from oxidative damage. One research study found that replacing refined grains with quinoa just 3 times per week led to a 20 to 25% reduction in post-meal glucose spikes within 12 weeks. That's a powerful impact from a small dietary change. Plus, by reducing inflammation and improving endothelial function, quinoa may help prevent damage to small blood vessels in the eyes and kidneys, offering protection from diabetic retinopathy and kidney decline. For a simple diabetic-friendly recipe, rinse 1/2 cup dry quinoa thoroughly, cook it in low-sodium vegetable broth, and combine it with steamed spinach, red bell pepper, and a spoon of olive oil. One serving is about 1 cup cooked, 2 to 3 times per week. A pound of dry quinoa costs around $4 to $5 and yields about 4 cups cooked, making it both powerful and affordable. Second on list, buckwheat. Buckwheat may sound like a type of wheat, but it's actually a gluten-free seed that behaves like a complex grain. And it's one of the most underused healing foods for diabetics. With a glycemic index of 49, buckwheat helps slow down carbohydrate absorption, which leads to more stable post-meal blood sugar. But here's what makes it extraordinary. It contains a unique compound called D-chiroinositol, which acts like a plant-based insulin mimic. This compound enhances your body's natural insulin sensitivity and helps reduce insulin resistance over time. 1 cup of cooked buckwheat, about 6 ounces or 170 grams, delivers 5.7 grams of protein, 4.5 grams of fiber, and just 1.5 grams of natural sugar, making it ideal for managing A1C without compromising energy. It also provides 20% of your daily value for magnesium, 15% of your daily value for copper, 10% of your daily value for phosphorus, and nearly 15% of your daily value for manganese. Minerals crucial for vascular health, energy metabolism, and glucose processing at the cellular level. Buckwheat is especially valuable for supporting the nervous system and kidney function, 2 areas often weakened by long-term diabetes. Magnesium and antioxidants in buckwheat help protect small blood vessels in the kidneys, while its fiber supports detoxification and reduces the burden on your filtration system. Research shows that adding buckwheat to the diet can lower fasting blood glucose by up to 19% within weeks in people with type 2 diabetes. especially when used to replace high glycemic carbs like white bread or refined rice. It's also a natural anti-inflammatory, easing symptoms of diabetic neuropathy and joint stiffness in older adults. For a diabetic-friendly meal, try cooking 1/2 cup of raw buckwheat groats in water with a pinch of sea salt. Add chopped kale, grated carrots, and a dash of olive oil for a hearty, blood sugar-friendly bowl. One cooked portion is about 1 cup, which can be used 2 to 3 times a week. A pound of dry buckwheat groats typically costs $3 to $4 in most U.S. grocery stores, making it one of the most cost-effective super grains available. Third on list, Bulgur. Bulgur is one of the most underrated whole grains in the diabetic world, and it deserves a permanent spot in your pantry. Made from partially pre-cooked cracked wheat, Bulgur has a surprisingly low glycemic index of 46, meaning it digests slowly and keeps blood sugar levels stable without leading to energy crashes. 1 cup of cooked bulgur, around 6.8 ounces or 182 grams, contains just 33.8 grams of total carbs, 8.2 grams of fiber, and 5.6 grams of protein, making it a smart, filling choice for managing blood sugar, cravings, and satiety all at once. That same serving provides 26% of your daily value for fiber, 15% of your daily value for magnesium, 10% of your daily value for iron, and 10% of your daily value for niacin, a B vitamin that helps cells convert glucose into usable energy. This balance of slow-digesting carbs, plant-based protein, and key minerals makes bulgur especially helpful for people trying to reduce A1C levels naturally. Bulgur is also a powerful ally for heart health, which is critically important for people with diabetes who face a higher risk of stroke, high blood pressure, and coronary artery disease. The magnesium and niacin in bulgur help relax blood vessels, regulate blood pressure, and reduce cholesterol buildup, while its fiber works to lower LDL, bad cholesterol levels. The lignans in bulgur, naturally occurring plant compounds, may reduce oxidative stress in arterial walls and protect against long-term vascular damage. Beyond that, bulgur supports digestive health, kidney protection, and inflammation reduction, all of which are central to reversing insulin resistance. One research study showed that incorporating bulgur in just one daily meal led to a 12% improvement in insulin sensitivity over 8 weeks, especially when replacing white rice or refined bread. For a quick diabetic-friendly meal, cook 1/2 cup dry bulgur by pouring boiling water over it and letting it sit covered for 10 to 12 minutes. Then fluff it and mix with diced cucumber, chopped parsley, cherry tomatoes, lemon juice, and olive oil for a fresh, fiber-packed grain salad. One serving is about 1 cup cooked, enjoyed 2 to 4 times per week. Bulgur is also one of the most affordable whole grains, just $1.50 to $2 per pound in most U.S. supermarkets. Fourth on list, wild rice. Wild rice is often mistaken for a type of rice, but it's actually the seed of aquatic grass, and it's one of the most nutrient-dense, blood sugar-friendly grains a diabetic can eat. With a glycemic index of around 45 to 48, wild rice is naturally low on the scale, meaning it releases glucose slowly and steadily into the bloodstream. 1 cup of cooked wild rice, roughly 6.3 ounces or 164 grams, contains 6.5 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, and about 35 grams of total carbohydrates with less than 1 gram of sugar. This makes it ideal for blood sugar regulation and post-meal stability. That same serving delivers 15% of your daily value for phosphorus, 13% of your daily value for magnesium, 11% of your daily value for zinc, and a remarkable 23% of your daily value for manganese, a trace mineral essential for healthy insulin function, mitochondrial energy, and antioxidant protection. But the benefits of wild rice don't stop at glucose control. It also supports heart, kidney, and nerve health, thanks to its naturally high levels of polyphenols and flavonoids, plant compounds that help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation throughout the body. These antioxidants protect the lining of blood vessels, reducing the risk of complications like diabetic retinopathy, neuropathy, and kidney decline. Wild rice is also lower in calories than many other grains, making it a great option for overweight diabetics trying to manage insulin resistance through gradual weight loss. According to one research study, Replacing refined grains with wild rice just 4 times per week led to significant improvements in postprandial insulin levels and lipid markers within 2 months. For a nutrient-packed diabetic recipe, cook 1/2 cup dry wild rice in water or low-sodium vegetable broth for 40 to 45 minutes. Combine with chopped celery, walnuts, cranberries, unsweetened, and lemon juice for a savory grain salad or warm side. One serving is about 1 cup cooked, 2 to 3 times weekly. A 1 pound bag of wild rice typically costs $5 to $7, but a little goes a long way, making it a smart, flavorful investment in diabetic health. Fifth on list, barley. Barley is one of the oldest cultivated grains in human history and one of the most scientifically validated grains for controlling blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes. With a glycemic index of 28 to 30, barley ranks among the lowest of all whole grains, making it a true blood sugar stabilizer. Its secret weapon is a type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which forms a gel-like substance in the gut that slows digestion, delays glucose absorption, and improves insulin response. 1 cup of cooked whole barley, about 6.5 ounces or 170 grams, delivers 6 grams of fiber, 4 grams of protein, and 44 grams of total carbohydrates, with a remarkable 21% of your daily value for fiber, 12% of your daily value for selenium, 15% of your daily value for magnesium, and 13% of your daily value for phosphorus. This makes barley a nutritional powerhouse for diabetics looking to regulate glucose levels while supporting overall metabolic health. Barley doesn't just help with sugar control, it actively heals systems that diabetes tends to damage over time. Its high magnesium and selenium content support nerve repair and kidney detoxification, while beta-glucans help lower LDL cholesterol, reduce arterial stiffness, and enhance nitric oxide production, all of which contribute to stronger cardiovascular health. In fact, one research study found that people with type 2 diabetes who ate barley daily for 4 weeks experience up to a 30% reduction in postprandial glucose levels, along with improvements in cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Barley's antioxidants, including lutein and ferulic acid, also protect blood vessels from oxidative stress, supporting better eye and heart health long-term. For a healing diabetic-friendly recipe, simmer 1/2 cup of dry hulled barley in water or broth for 35 to 40 minutes until tender. Stir in diced mushrooms, spinach, garlic, and a splash of olive oil for a savory, gut-friendly grain bowl. One serving is about 1 cup cooked, ideal for 2 to 3 times a week. A pound of dry hulled barley costs just $1 to $1.50 in most U.S. stores, making it one of the most affordable and powerful grains for diabetics. Sixth on list, brown basmati rice. Brown basmati rice stands apart from ordinary brown or white rice. And when it comes to diabetes, the difference is critical. With a glycemic index ranging from 50 to 58, brown basmati digests more slowly than most rice varieties and causes a gentler rise in blood sugar. This is largely due to its intact bran layer, which provides more fiber and nutrients compared to polished white rice. 1 cup of cooked brown basmati, about 6.3 ounces or 180 grams, contains 3.5 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein, and about 45 grams of total carbohydrates, but only a small amount, around 0.6 grams, is sugar. That same serving gives you 15% of your daily value for magnesium, 12% of your daily value for phosphorus, 11% of your daily value for manganese, and 10% of your daily value for selenium, a mineral that supports antioxidant defenses in the pancreas and kidneys. The natural fiber and resistant starches in brown basmati help slow glucose absorption, enhance satiety, and reduce insulin spikes after meals. Brown basmati rice also plays a key role in protecting diabetic organs from long-term damage. Its magnesium and selenium content support kidney filtration and nerve repair, while its high antioxidant load helps neutralize free radicals that damage blood vessels. The manganese and phosphorus in brown basmati also support metabolic energy production, which is essential for stabilizing insulin response and reducing post-meal fatigue. One research study found that replacing white rice with brown basmati for 12 weeks led to significantly lower fasting blood glucose and A1C levels in people with type 2 diabetes. Even more importantly, it improved cholesterol balance, especially HDL and triglycerides, contributing to stronger heart health and better vascular circulation. For a simple diabetic-friendly recipe, cook 1/2 cup of dry brown basmati rice with water or low-sodium broth. Once soft, mix with steamed green beans, turmeric, and a teaspoon of olive oil or ghee for a balanced, fiber-rich bowl. One cooked portion is about 1 cup, and it can be enjoyed 2 to 3 times per week. A 1-pound bag of organic brown basmati rice typically costs $2.50 to $3.50 in U.S. grocery stores. Seventh on list, amaranth. Amaranth is a tiny ancient grain with massive healing power, especially for those managing type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance. With a glycemic index of around 45 to 50, amaranth is classified as a low to medium glycemic grain, meaning it digests slowly and releases glucose at a steady pace. That's crucial for diabetics trying to avoid blood sugar spikes after meals. What sets amaranth apart is its unusually high content of plant-based protein and a rare amino acid called lysine, which supports tissue repair, collagen production, and immune balance, areas diabetics often struggle with due to chronic inflammation. 1 cup of cooked amaranth, about 7 ounces or 198 grams, delivers 9 grams of protein, 5.2 grams of fiber, and 46 grams of total carbohydrates, but the real value lies in its nutrient density. That same serving provides about 29% of your daily value for iron, 40% of your daily value for magnesium, 20% of your daily value for phosphorus, and 19% of your daily value for selenium, a mineral known to protect against oxidative stress, especially in the pancreas, where insulin is produced. Amaranth is especially beneficial for cardiovascular, kidney, and nerve health, which are often compromised in people with diabetes. Its magnesium content supports blood pressure control and reduces insulin resistance, while the fiber and antioxidants ease inflammation in blood vessels and improve kidney filtration. Research has shown that regular intake of amaranth can reduce LDL cholesterol levels by 15 to 20% and help restore healthy lipid profiles in type 2 diabetics when used in place of refined grains. It also contains polyphenols that may support microvascular circulation, protecting the eyes and nerves from long-term diabetic damage. For a simple recipe, cook 1/2 cup of dry amaranth in water or low-sodium broth. Once soft, stir in chopped spinach, turmeric, and a splash of olive oil. 1 serving equals 1 cup cooked, and it's ideal for lunch or dinner up to 3 times a week. A 1-pound bag of dry amaranth costs around $4 to $6 in U.S. grocery stores or online, making it a powerful addition to any diabetic-friendly pantry. Eighth on list, millet. Millet is a small golden grain with a big reputation in ancient medicine, and modern science now confirms it as a powerhouse for managing type 2 diabetes. With a glycemic index ranging from 50 to 54, millet digests more slowly than rice or wheat, helping to prevent blood sugar spikes and promote longer-lasting energy. 1 cup of cooked millet, about 6.4 ounces or 174 grams, provides 6 grams of protein, 2.3 grams of fiber, and 41 grams of total carbohydrates, with less than 1 gram of sugar. But its true value lies in its rich mineral content. That same serving delivers 19% of your daily value for magnesium, 15% of your daily value for phosphorus, 10% of your daily value for zinc, and 13% of your daily value for iron, a combination that supports nerve function, oxygen delivery, and insulin sensitivity. Millet is especially beneficial for heart, nerve, and kidney health, 3 systems often under attack in poorly managed diabetes. Magnesium in millet helps relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and improve insulin signaling. Zinc and iron enhance wound healing and immune strength, while phosphorus supports cellular energy and kidney filtration. Millet also contains phytochemicals called phenolic acids, which act as antioxidants and help reduce inflammation in small blood vessels, protecting against complications like neuropathy, nephropathy, and retinopathy. One research study showed that diabetics who added millet-based foods to their meals experienced a 27% drop in post-meal glucose levels and improved insulin sensitivity after just 6 weeks. For a healing diabetic-friendly recipe, cook 1/2 cup of dry millet in water or low-sodium broth for about 20 minutes until fluffy. Then mix with sautéed kale, garlic, and bell peppers, and finish with a teaspoon of olive oil and a dash of cumin. One portion is about 1 cup cooked, and you can enjoy it 2 to 4 times weekly. A pound of dry millet usually costs $2 to $3 in most U.S. grocery stores or online retailers, making it one of the most affordable healing grains for diabetics today. Ninth on list, farro. Farro is an ancient grain with a chewy texture, nutty flavor, and a modern-day advantage. It helps support blood sugar control without compromising taste or satisfaction. With a glycemic index estimated between 40 and 45, farro digests slowly and leads to a steadier release of glucose into the bloodstream. That's a key benefit for type 2 diabetics trying to avoid glucose spikes and improve insulin function. 1 cup of cooked farro, about 6.6 ounces or 190 grams, delivers around 7 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, and 38 grams of total carbohydrates, but only about 1 gram of sugar. It's also a reliable source of 20% of your daily value for niacin, 15% of your daily value for magnesium, 12% of your daily value for iron, and 13% of your daily value for zinc. Nutrients that play a role in improving nerve signaling, oxygen delivery, insulin sensitivity, and immune balance. Farro is especially helpful for heart, kidney, and nerve protection, thanks to its high fiber content, plant-based antioxidants, and blood pressure-lowering minerals. Magnesium and niacin work together to relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and reduce the stiffness in arteries that can lead to cardiovascular complications in diabetics. Zinc supports immune resilience and may help reduce the risk of infections, a major concern for people with long-term blood sugar elevation. Farro also contains polyphenols that protect the kidneys from oxidative stress and preserve healthy filtration, especially when used in place of refined carbs. One research study found that diabetics who replaced white bread and pasta with farro and other ancient grains for 8 weeks experienced lowered A1C levels, improved cholesterol balance, and reduced inflammatory markers. For a simple diabetic-friendly meal, cook 1/2 cup of dry farro in low-sodium broth for 25 to 30 minutes until tender but slightly chewy. Mix with roasted zucchini, eggplant, and fresh parsley for a warm, Mediterranean-style grain bowl. One portion is about 1 cup cooked, best used 2 to 3 times weekly. A pound of dry farro costs about $4 to $5 in most U.S. health food stores or online, making it a premium but deeply nourishing addition to a diabetic-friendly kitchen. 10th on list, steel-cut oats. Steel-cut oats are one of the most trusted grains for people with diabetes, and for good reason. Unlike instant or rolled oats, steel-cut oats are minimally processed, which preserves their fiber structure and slows digestion. With a glycemic index of 50 to 55, they offer a much lower blood sugar response than quick oats or boxed cereals. 1 cup of cooked steel-cut oats, about 6 ounces or 170 grams, contains 5 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber, and approximately 28 grams of total carbohydrates with less than 1 gram of sugar. That same serving delivers 17% of your daily value for manganese, 15% of your daily value for phosphorus, 14% of your daily value for magnesium, and 12% of your daily value for thiamine, vitamin B1, nutrients that support nerve conduction, blood pressure regulation, and steady glucose metabolism. What makes steel-cut oats exceptional for diabetics is their high content of beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that forms a gel-like texture in the gut. This gel slows carbohydrate absorption, reduces post-meal blood sugar spikes, and improves insulin sensitivity. Beta-glucan also binds to cholesterol in the digestive tract and helps lower LDL, bad cholesterol, making steel-cut oats a strong ally for heart health. Additionally, magnesium and thiamine in oats support nerve repair and energy production, while phosphorus promotes kidney function and detoxification, critical for preventing diabetic complications like neuropathy and nephropathy. One research study found that eating steel-cut oats daily for 4 weeks led to a 20% reduction in fasting glucose levels and a notable drop in triglycerides in type 2 diabetic participants. For a diabetic-friendly breakfast, cook 1/2 cup dry steel-cut oats in water or unsweetened almond milk for 20 to 25 minutes until creamy. Stir in cinnamon, a few crushed walnuts, and sliced strawberries for added fiber and antioxidant support. One serving equals about 1 cup cooked, enjoyed 3 to 4 times per week. A 1-pound bag of steel-cut oats typically costs $2 to $3, making it one of the most affordable, high-impact grains in a diabetic diet. Grains Buying Guide for Diabetics. When shopping for diabetic-friendly grains and nuts, it's not just about what you buy, but how you buy it. Whenever possible, choose organic or non-GMO grains to reduce your exposure to pesticide residues, especially if you're managing kidney stress from diabetes. For nuts, organic is ideal, but raw, unsalted, and additive-free options still offer major healing benefits. Check packaging carefully. Avoid plastic that's cloudy or unsealed, and choose vacuum-packed or resealable pouches that keep moisture and light out. For grains like quinoa, millet, and buckwheat, ensure there's no added flavoring, preservatives, or unnecessary oils. If buying online, check the harvest or best before date, especially for high-fat nuts like walnuts or Brazil nuts, which can go rancid quickly if stored poorly. Look for Product of USA or Product of Canada for freshness when sourcing oats, barley, and flax. And remember, buying small batches more frequently is better than storing large quantities that lose potency over time. Always store grains in airtight glass jars or BPA-free containers away from heat, and refrigerate nuts to preserve oils. Buying with precision ensures that every bite you take supports your blood sugar, not sabotages it. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss out on science-backed strategies for diabetes. Share this with someone who's ready to take control of their blood sugar, one smart food choice at a time.